How's it going, Allan Wrath here? I'm just out on the beach at the moment. It's pretty nice. It's a beautiful day. Forecast for a ton of rain. Thought I'd do a quick video and we'll have a little chat. So you want to be an artist, do you? What even is an artist? Oh, look, there's a chair here. Whoa, look at this. I didn't even know this. This looks like one of those total YouTube setups. Someone, it's like legs are buried in the sand. Oh, what a spot. Just gonna sit here for a bit. So yeah, so you want to be an artist, eh? And art's a weird thing. I should probably clear up my definition of an artist. Because there's all different types of artists. There's photographers, illustrators, painters, musicians are called artists. Musicians is a good one because if you think about musicians, the good ones go around the world or around the country, and they slip in planes. Another plane going over. Wait for it. It's killing my audio. So the good musicians, they go around the world or go around the country, whatever country they're going around, and they play their songs. So they have their hits, which were singles, and they play those over and over. And then they have their ones, which are their favorite songs, but they play them over and over as well. And at one point in the music making process, they had to be an artist, and they had to make, and they had to craft, and they had to do this little bit of this like riff, this like bass line, add some drums to it. You know what I'm saying? They had to go through like a crafting process to make a song. And that was art, because they would in the moment be like, oh, that sounds good, do a bit more of that. And then once they go out on the road and start performing that music over and over and over, you know, like musicians who talk about getting sick of playing the same songs over and over, and everyone just wants to hear their hits. It's like that. It's like it's all of a sudden their art turns into a piece of design. And design is this amazing tool as well, but it falls into the category of like when you go to make a brand for someone and you have to exercise that brand and create a style guide, and then you have to rehearse that brand or that piece of design over and over and over until you're like completely sick of it. So art is a weird term, because I always think of it as like going back to the musicians, it's like they create art on stage doing their hits during a solo, guitar solo, and they improvise a solo and make it better. And so that turns into a piece of art during their piece of design. So they add like a little bit of flair to it, change it up, go with the moment, go with how it's feeling. But the question I have for you, and do you truly want to be an artist? I would say I've been an artist since I was a kid. At the age of 6, I decided I'm going to become an artist. And I didn't really know what that meant, but it was just a decision that I made. And I got a cool story around that, which I'll tell sometime. Anyway, I went and I studied design and became a graphic designer. While I was at design school, I was like, I want to become an illustrator, because an illustrator looked like the coolest part of being a graphic designer. And there was an artist I looked to, and he was always like the guy I looked to. I loved his style, but I loved the way he crafted his career. He's still my favorite artist, a guy called Jeff McFettridge. And I looked at what he did over 15 years ago, and well, longer. He's been married for 17 years. And I have a 14-year-old kid. And I studied before I even got married and before I had kids. So it must be longer, 15 plus. Circa 15, 16, 17 years, we'll say that. So I got to not forget what I'm trying to say here, and come back to my point about why do you want to become an artist? Well, being an artist and being a creative, we have this ability that you can be taught, but you can't completely be taught it, if you know what I mean. We're born with it. It's genetics. It's in our soul. You know, it's in the fibers of our body. We were created that way to be artists, and we struggle because we don't fit in the world. You know, like if we get into a conversation with a group of guys who are like financial investors, we can pretend to know what we're talking about, or we can jump in on the conversation for as much as we have gone and learned, but it just generally doesn't come to us naturally. What comes to us naturally is being able to create something out of nothing and be able to balance that with emotion. So what you'll find is emotion plays a big part in our creativity. So I make relatively positive artwork, and a lot of my artwork comes down to how I'm feeling in that moment. So I love the beach, I love surfing, I love road trips, I love vans, I love waves, I love photography, I love good vibes. Hopefully I didn't sound too cringy saying that. I love, Kiwiana, which is, I'm from New Zealand. I'm in the Gold Coast. I live in the Gold Coast. But I love New Zealand. I love New Zealand culture. I love Australian culture. And all those things, when I sit down with my sketchbook and my pens, paint, I create art. It just comes out. I draw whatever I want, and it ends up being, in my eyes, my best work. On the other hand, if you sign up to being an artist, you're going to have to understand that that is 5-10% of what you do. And the other 80-90% of what you do, if you sign up for a job as a graphic designer, a graphic artist, is going to be getting told what to do, meeting a brief, meeting a budget. And, when I say that, meeting a budget, if you deal with a client, they have a marketing budget, and say they only have $1,000 to spend. But when you, as a creative, get emotional and get excited, because we always like to start strong and finish bad as creatives, you generally come up with epic ideas that they wouldn't meet a budget. All creatives do it, and it's a good thing, because you do that at the start, get it all out the way, and then you get down to business. But what you're actually going to do is you're going to meet a client's brief. It's going to be on the client's brand, and it's going to be within the client's budget. It's going to limit you as an artist and suck your soul and make you go, why the heck do I even do this? So that is going to be a big part of your job. You have to make sure you reserve time to make art for just you. You can show it online, but you don't have to. The more you show things online, the more you have to try and create stuff for an algorithm to get you to show up and stuff. And that sucks. The best thing I can give you is 5% of your week draw in a sketchbook. Now, I draw in a sketchbook. I've got one here. I paint in it and I draw in it all the time. Not as much as I'd like to. I go through phases where I do it more, do it less, get a new pen, draw more, get some new paints, draw more, get over those, draw less, paint less. But when I draw and paint in my sketchbook, I don't have to show it to anyone. It's practice time. And I find the most important thing about a sketchbook is it's actually like meditation time. And meditation's like this big kind of buzzword going around at the moment, where you have all different types of meditation. But in the Bible, it talks about, to read the Bible, you have to read it and then you meditate on the word. We're talking like, what's that? Like, I don't know where that is in the Bible, but I'm pretty sure Jesus said it. And he's kind of cool. So let's say 2,000 years ago that was said. Now, if you just take your artwork, and this is this whole meditate on the word from the Bible thing. I like to look at my art like this. Sit down, just paint, just draw, get it all out, get it on the sketchbook. And then I like to go back to my sketchbook, even if it's straight after, and keep looking at my work and keep meditating on it and keep thinking on it. The same as if you go out into nature like this. Check this scene here. So here's a nice composition here. Here's some trees coming in here on a third. You put that horizon down there on a third. And then you can draw this, draw that, and draw the beach, draw the water. And if you want, you can put some sunshine in here and some clouds and make it up. Just sitting here and looking at this and painting it and drawing it will be meditating on something. So I could just take this photo right now and it could sit with the other 3,000 photos on my phone and I wouldn't look at it. But if you sit there and you paint it, you meditate on it and feel like you actually noticed that, here we go, you would notice here how this light is hitting the back of this bit of flax. And it's got these two burn spots on it. And actually, wait, it's not all green, there's yellow showing up in here. And then, oh wow, everything seems to point that direction. Oh no, stuff's pointing that direction, wait, stuff's pointing that direction. And then you would see that, oh whoa, there's actually not just grass, flaxy kind of grass here, there's actually leaves here and they're like a bright green and yellow and they like glow. And so you would meditate on a scene like that and you would remember it. And then when you go back to it in your sketchbook, it's as if you took your soul and no one had to judge what you're doing. It's like you put it onto a piece of paper. And the best thing about that is it's your soul. It's no one else's. You didn't have to show it. No one gets to critique it. No one gets to say if it's good or bad. But it's just a piece of you in a sketchbook. And you go back to it and you resonate on it. And it's very fulfilling. And the greatest thing about being an artist, not the greatest thing, but a great thing about being an artist is that you can create something out of nothing. And it's a very deep thing to sit and just ponder that. But you can create nothing out of something, which is pretty incredible. I mean, come on. The only other person I know that does that is God, right? So just get your sketchbook or go get a sketchbook. Get one pen or one pencil and just draw what you see, right? I draw my coffee cup in the mornings. Sometimes I go through phases because I'm trying to practice watercolors. So I repaint the same cup over and over. I'll show you actually. Here we go. So here's my little sketch bag here. Sketchbook. All right. So, sorry, I'm shooting this in the shade. Oh yeah, there you go. Look at that. Agnes Waters. Sailor drew this, my daughter. So, where is the coffee cup? There you go. Here's my coffee cup that I drink coffee out of in the morning. And then here, look at this. There's another one. This one I exceptionally like. Look how it glows around the outside. Oh yeah. And the yellow, it just like glows. I use this neon paint pen to sketch it out. Never done that before. And then when I painted the watercolor paint and it glowed through and I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, oh my gosh, I just invented something. Me. I just created something out of thin air, a style. So, yeah, if I can encourage you, take time, 5% of your week, draw in a sketchbook, something no one has to see, and then your soul will not be robbed from the world of client briefs, client brand, client budget, all that stuff. And you'll actually get to call yourself an artist, a real artist, someone who creates something out of nothing. So, hope you have a good day. And, yeah. I'm just going to sit here and enjoy this, enjoy the seat that I found. It's pretty good. Check the view.